Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for joining me from around the world. And thank you for being part of this rerun of the Cosmetic Trends presentation I gave in November in Coventry in the UK. This talk came about mainly because every year we are asked about what are the trends that are coming for the beauty consumer. And every time the press asks us, we feel that we can't just give a generic answer. We have to go and find the data and find ways of processing the data and come up with a list. But it's very important for us to do that because we believe that we are scientists who can translate these trends to marketing departments and get them ready for the consumer in a way that the real information behind the data is not lost and misconstrued, as we have seen happen in the past. So, how does this happen? Well, what we do as an introduction is we get data dumps and we look at data from all sorts of sources. We look at research organizations, we get keyword trends, we look at social media trends, we look at recent product reviews, and then we take all that data and we try and filter it out by going through consumer focus groups and borrowing consumers from our key clients and clients of clients. And then we talk them through what we found and find out what their review and their mindset is over what we've discussed. And out of that, we have come up with this final list, which I am taking you through today. Some of it will be pretty obvious because you will have seen these products being introduced to the market. Some of them we think are a little bit shocking, but not too shocking. And I will let you make up your minds and then let us know at the end, and we can chat about which you could see coming and which were maybe a bit of a shock to you. So in this talk, we'll be going through our keynotes, which is that barrier repair is key. As a result, Vaseline alternatives that are more sustainable, the resurgence of body care and skin care and cosmetic care outside of the facial area. So we're talking scalp, hair, a bit more in depth, and body. Looking at how the microbiome is here to stay. I think people would have said it was a trend if they were looking at it from a consumer point of view. And we saw prebiotic skincare, probiotic skincare, and we're now just seeing the whole microbiome in general being important. And a trend that's come really from the microbiome is fermented ingredients, which has been having a bit of a heyday at the moment. So let's drill down into this. When we talk about understanding trends, it doesn't just mean, okay, we all have to make products that have, say, for example, barrier repair. The point of this conversation that we're having today is not to follow a trend. It's just simply to understand where a customer's head is today. How can we communicate with them? We communicate with them and the press a lot better if we understand where their head is at, which means looking at what trends there are available and what they're willing to accept. Because I think our industry has been known along the way to over-scientify, if that's a word, the ingredients in our industry. And I think we have a mission to break it down to the customer and talk to them in a very honest way. So this is just to understand how to storytell our products better, which I think comes from us who develop the products, because we start the story tale really for the marketing departments that follow. So that's a bit of a precursor. Let's go into the first one, barrier repair. Well, we've seen this post-COVID, and one of the journalists I spoke to about it called it the death of acids, which I quite like. So I took and I'm using barrier repair to mean the death of acids, which means that at the moment we're looking at prevention. The customer is very interested in prevention of skin issues. And that's why we're seeing things like barrier repair and more recently microbiome play a bigger part. They're not interested anymore in, the 10-15% acids, AHAs, BHAs. They're more interested in, well, how do I look after the skin barrier? And it's come from the focus on health that we've seen over the last few years.